So if I process data, see, yeah, it's still saying 29%. So the thing is, I thought surface sample moon, huh? So we're gonna keep that. Because the thing is, deviate him. Another report, keep that. That'll give us 6 altogether. Okay. So we are done here. How are we looking on fuel? Empty. That still has plenty of fuel. That still's got plenty of fuel. So those two are still full. So what I will do, because these all still have fuel in them, so I'm not worried about that. This one, however, and we'll, oops, nope. So that one, and that. There we go. Oops. And of course I selected the wrong one. So this, that. We're going to transfer all the remaining fuel from the lab section into the ship, just so that way we have more than enough fuel to return home. I'm going to land this thing, collect the science, and then guys, I'm done. Wow, this is seriously taking me almost an hour. Oh, good lord. It actually does feel like it's taken 21 days. It literally feels like it's taken that long to do this. This is ridiculous. Okay, so we've got plenty of fuel. So in the event that we need to extend our orbit or make any course corrections, we should be good. We are linked up with the station at this point, which is glorious. I actually should get those guys out and put them in the... Interesting. Actually, I'll transmit that back. It's a getting antenna, so might as well use it. And I can get 100% of it, so whatever. Okay. So recycle that. So yeah, I only get like a little bit of that. I don't know why. I also don't know why it's... See, it's this little cutoff section thing that it's doing here that is worrying me. So I think something may be glitched and or bugged. So undock. Nearby vessels. Okay. Ah, wait. Quick save just in case. So that's what I think it's gonna do. Yeah. Okay. So load the quick save because that's undoubtedly thrown everything off now. Okay. So yeah, I don't know why it's starting to act funny. maybe it's been attached for too long. Okay. EVA Jeb. Jeb, I've got a special mission for you. I need you to come down here. I need you to remotely undock these two things. Or manually undock them. Actually, you know what I could do in theory? So hang on a second. Yeah. Observe the goo container. Okay, so we're going to process that in the lab. See, now I could have sworn that was sending the information back or like storing it or something. Type thing. So we're going to keep that. And where is my lab? My Science Junior, Reserve Bay. Lab analyst of material. Study while in space near Kerbin in progress. Ugh. It's too early, people. It's way too early. That is a Saturday. You should never be up this early on a Saturday. Okay, so we're going to keep that. I'm going to EVA. Okay. And I am going to come down here with Jeb. I'm going to right click. I'm going to collect the data. Remove the data. Right click. Collect data. Remove the data. I bet you that's what I needed to be doing this entire time. So in other words, I did lose all of that science. Okay, so that in essence makes them inert. But clean experiments. Yeah, crap. So, yes, I knew that everything was going a little bit too smoothly. I should have collected the data and then... So that entire mission was a bust. Well, maybe not a total bust, but... Awesome. So, why aren't you undocking? That's the question I have. Yeah, control from here, control from here. So let me see if this will undock. So that's undocked. So that's undocked fine. Okay. Turn my RCS on. Do not push downward, because that will affect the station. Okay. So now that that's registered as a separate ship, will that undock? So why is that not doing it? Okay. So hang on, I need to reload that quick save. Okay. So we're going to do this. Observe the goo. Process in the lab. Well, that's processing. Observe the material bay. Process that in the lab. I'm going to keep that data. And of course, I need to get him out. Come down here. Do what I should have been doing this entire time. Lost all of that. Collect the data. Okay. So switch to this here. Okay, we're going to keep that. Nope, not close enough. There we go. Collect data. Keep data. I knew it. But hopefully I'll get enough to get my thing anyway. So let that clean the experiments. Okay, so why aren't you undocking? Bet you that thing's broken, isn't it? Wobble around too much. Oh man. That clamp's broken, isn't it? Yeah, that clamp's broken. So this is one of the problems that we face with this game, is that space is never as kind as it's made out to be in the movies. Oops, yeah. The thing is, he is not an engineer, is he? So he can't fix that. But maybe we can push away from it with the landing gears. That's a thought. So grab a hold. Scuttle on up here, shall we? Oop, wait a minute. Hey! What do you mean grab and attach? No way. Kerbal attachment system. I thought it wasn't working. So, board the ship. Log temperature data. Process in the lab. Keep the data. EVA. Climb down the pole. Take the data. So in theory, when I click on this, yeah, okay, so we got 8 now. I should have a whole lot more than that, but I screwed up. I told you, I said everything was going way too smoothly. Okay, so it appears as if we have a bit of a problem with our docking clamp here. So let's see if we can push away from... No, we cannot. Because of course I made sure that those landing gears were not going to interfere. Yay, smart me. Okay. So why can't I get that to detach? Or how can I get that to detach? Because I really need this to detach. And it doesn't want to do that. So we've got all the science and stuff collected, so we're going to F5 real quick. And try something really stupid, which is firing up the engine. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is changing my values, but not doing. Okay, so F9. So yeah, everything went a little bit too smoothly on that mission. I knew it went too smoothly on that mission, And this is the result. Can't believe that it... Undock, damn you. So why are you messed up? Okay, so hang on. Let me see if I can get Jeb out to undock this. Because those guys are scientists. Wait a minute. Don't I have an engineer in here somewhere? No, that's... No, okay, that's showing empty. Dang. I need without an engineer. So I bet you the engineer could fix that. Which that's what you need the engineers for. But Jeb is the lowly pilot, not an engineer. Come on, Jeb. I need you to scurry on down here. Set as target, set as target. Yeah, Alden, that just says set as target. So it did say undock, but it's not allowing it to undock. I don't know why. I have my suspicions, but I still don't know for sure. Oh, man. Of all the... I mean, we were right there, too. No. I hate free mode. So we'll switch back to Orbital. I'm gonna have to send an engineer up here, aren't I? Immediate report. Might as well. I've got to send an engineer up. I'm gonna have to send an engineer all the way up here. I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pause the game here, right? And restart it and see if, because I don't know, it was acting a little bit funny. So let me restart and see if that does anything. So we'll go back to the Space Center real quick. That way for you guys, it'll look like I just, went back to the Space Center. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I restarted, so let's see if that will allow me to separate. Because I don't know where it would have broken at, because, I mean, it was working fine before. At least I think it was. So, undock. Yeah, still nothing. So all of my precious science is now lost in space. I could theoretically bring the entire lab section down, but I don't want to do that. Because there's no way that would survive. Wait a minute, is it having a problem because they're in the lab section and it doesn't want to leave the lab section unpowered? Oh, you know what? I bet you that's what it is. So, I need to transfer here. Yes, I know. Transfer you here. Alright. Okay, so there's no one in the lab anymore. Okay, so no, that's that. Nope. Come on. Let me undock. Because I can undock the lab section, that's fine, but we don't have to go through the horde process of putting another lab section up here every single time. Oh, why aren't you working? I seriously think it broke. I'm gonna have to get Bill up here. I'm gonna have to send Bill up. Alright, guys. I've got to send Bill up here. Dang. See, and this is where a space plane would come in really handy. Alright, Bill. I need to send you on an emergency repair mission. Hopefully this works. No, we're just gonna go with basic decoupling section piece thingy. Where is it? There we go. Parachute. Fuel tank. Fuel tank. I should only need 2. We'll put a third one on. Fuel tank. No. Okay, so wait. That has more thrust but doesn't gimbal. That one has less thrust but does. Yeah, okay. So we'll use those for the second bit. Actually, we'll use these for the second bit and that one for the first bit. Actually, because that thing's going to need some way to maneuver around in space once it gets there. Okay. There. Okay, and then decoupler is there. Okay. This thing doesn't have any monopropellant. Oh yeah, that's right. I only got the little round ones. It's okay. Yeah, we only need. Yeah, but we'll balance this out a little bit better. There we go. Slap that back there on the bottom. Slap that there on the bottom. Those on the sides, there and there. No science is going up on this mission. This is a simple, run-of-the-mill repair job. Bills. Nah. I know. There we go. I'll finish building this thing and then I'll save it. How's about that? Standard issue decouplers. Need 2. Thank you very much. Fuel tanks. 2 sets. Bien. No fuel lines, not yet. Fuel lines go on last. And the non-gimbaling on the outside. And that'll do it. Okay. So, you into there. All the engines firing, very good. Those need to fall off last. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Fortunately, my mic has a mute, so I can mute it. Okay. So that should be more than enough to get us into space. Actually, that's probably going to be way too much. But you never know until you try. This is all Jeb's fault anyway, so save. So that's Bill's private rocket there. Actually, I probably should have saved it as that, shouldn't I? Yeah. So T, throttle up. I don't have any of the struts on here, so this could end pretty badly. As I suspected. Ooh. Okay, that's literally how I need to launch all of my ships. Not 100% perfect, but near enough. So hopefully this doesn't get catched off. Hopefully this works. Hopefully Bill, as the engineer, can repair broken parts, as I suspect is the case. Of course, we have left the Kerbal Space Center unattended. So, you know how I said this thing's got more than enough fuel to make it? I may have inadvertently built a craft that can accurately do what I wanted to do with just enough fuel. Because, I mean, we're still not to the point where we should stop yet, and I'm already on the last section and burning through some of its fuel. Because that's at 120, so I wanted this to at least be at about 90-ish. 90, 95, somewhere like that. Wow, yeah, this has definitely gone on for more than an hour, so we'll stop about there. Okay. I might be able to pull this off. Okay, so that's a little bit too much, so wind it back down there, Jethro. 13, yeah, 112, okay. So I need you to point maneuver node. You're going to be a bit sluggish, I understand, so we're going to turn on the RCS. Psst, 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 psst. To help out with all of that. Alright. So, we are not going to have enough to do this, and I totally missed my burn mark. I might be in a tiny bit of trouble here. So we're going to switch that over to stability, and then we're going to point ourselves up a tiny bit. Just for a few minutes. I am running out of delta V in this section. I'm gonna run out before... Now the plus side is, that means this section right here should drop right back down to the planet. The minus side, of course, being that I run the risk of not having enough fuel to do this. Let's do that. So we have passed our apocalypse. We're almost out of fuel. I've got enough delta V in this section to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I have actually built a successful craft. Believe it or not. Alright, so set that as our target. That's going all sporadic-y, which is actually really bad. We need to point the ship orbit-wise retrograde. Okay, so we really don't need to use the monopropellant for that. If you're wondering why I said retrograde, well, that's because I need to bring my apoapsis down a tiny bit. But I can't do that without first getting near my periaps. Okay. Burn to bring that in a little bit. A little bit too far there. So, prograde. Really? You're doing that on purpose. You know you are. Push it back out a bit more. Okay. A little bit more. Now we do all of our targeting stuff. So let's target prograde. There's our separation there. So if I use monopropellant, slow us down, we can bring that in a little bit closer without destroying that too much. Okay, but we should really wait until we get closer to it. So you need to focus on stability because we're on the other side. By the time I get to where I want to be, you'll be closer towards... Now I know I am getting away from the target here. That's alright because what I'm going to do is I'm going to point retrograde and burn. it out to 60. Which I believe is our... In essence, I need to keep that. So, wait until I pass it. As the ship approaches, then we start slowing down. Okay. We should probably circularize that again, huh? So, orbit. Prograde. Which is exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, we'll call that. Say that's what I was trying to do this entire time. .1. There we go. Have I ever mentioned I hate sending rescue missions? Okay. So I need target retrograde. Because we are moving actually pretty fast. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's start slowing ourselves down here. And that's what I was trying to do the first time with the other ship. Okay. So we now need to go burn. Excellent. What is our current separation? Are we accelerating or decelerating? Accelerating. Yeah, we're accelerating. That's okay. I know you guys are thinking that's kind of weird that I would say that it's okay, but it's okay because I have the ability to alter course enough. See? 1. then I can slow down and really... What the hell was that? Then I can slow down with respects to it in a second. So... Stop. Okay. So slow us down here. Here we go. Heading for it. I should be saying, yeah, 0. Come on, Bill. Be able to fix this thing. If you can't fix this thing, then we are all in trouble. Not really, because if he can't fix it, what I'm going to do is I'll put Jeb and all the science, all the data in this capsule, and bring this one back to the planet. Rather recklessly, mind you. So we are moving really quickly, but it's okay. Because I can bleed that speed off easily. See? Oh, and if you're wondering why I didn't put a Clampatron on this little ship, it's because I didn't want to risk it getting stuck onto the ship, onto the station as well. So... Stop. There we go. To move up. And in a bit, if you would, please. I need to focus on stability, because otherwise you're going to be throwing me off here. So if I point this way, just like that, how is that moving? Okay, so it is moving now that way. Come on. Everything. It's not perfect, but then again, what in this world is? So, there it is. Dang. So, I need to get you on EVA. Convince you to let go. No, let go. Turn on your pack. Okay. So yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get him to undock this, which is bad. Okay. So I need you to grab a hold of that. To take the data. That's all but one, and I don't know why it won't let me have that one. It's probably because it's on Jeb himself. Okay. Which means what we'll do is spacebar, EVA, pack. Okay. Okay. Grab. Board. I actually need to orbit. Normal. There. Thank you very much. Rotate. There. You're moving down a bit, up a bit, and left a bit. Okay. So for reasons I don't understand, I can't get anybody to fix that piece on the ship. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to bring Jeb home using Bill's private ship. Of course, clicked off the screen there. So grab that. So I need to switch to here. I need to EVA Jeb. Stop it. So spacebar. Okay. Board. Okay. Nope. Switch to Bill, who will take command of this for the time being. I guess in theory I could leave this up here and just use this section as... Oh wait, hold on, Bill. I need you to EVA for a second because I'm going to check something. Okay, yeah. So there's nothing in there. Why do I keep hitting P? Okay. So now what we need to do is... Get away from the station, please, thank you. Alright. So we need to point orbit. We need to point retrograde orbit. Okay. Give us a little bitty burst here. Alright, fire up. I'm not too concerned about it because Jeb should have all of the science that we collected, that we actually got our hands on, with him. Unset his target, thanks. Okay. So that's going to bring us down fairly close to that. So hang on, I want to go prograde real quick, just to kind of shove that up a tiny bit. So I want to try and make landfall if at all possible. Because of course I can activate the engine and bring it in for a nice soft landing. Which again is something I've never done before, but it is possible. So I could leave that section up there, and basically that could just be for space stuff. Although I really wanted to... Uh-oh. Nope, 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 nope. You need to focus on stability. So we are now back into the atmosphere, and it's like... oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I did have the detachment section. Okay, so that was all unnecessary anyway. Oh, wow. Wow, we are pushing 2 hours here. But fortunately, I'll have a lot of that stuff to cut out. And I might even make this 2 videos. So... if I made it 2 videos several minutes ago, welcome back to KSP, where we have sent Bill up to try and repair the station, but it did not go well, so we are now bringing Jeb home in Bill's private craft. And yeah. See, and the other thing too is, oh, that's right, because I miss out on the science that I would have gotten if I had... jerks. Absolute jerks. Because what I was going to do was as I was flying back in the ship, as it was coming through the superheated atmosphere at this speed, I was going to collect some scientific data to kind of help boost my science, if you will. So we're about to hit atmosphere here. So I do want to slow down. Actually want this thing to point... actually, retrograde would not be a bad idea. Because the thing is, a crew report now... yeah, that's not going to get me very much science. That's 4.5. I might be able to get that up a little bit higher as we are coming through the superheated atmosphere. Come on, give me flame effects. Whoa, no you don't. Shut that off. Actually, that's off. Thank you. Because the flame effects start about 20,000 if I remember correctly. There it is. Because my goal is landfall, and currently it's saying I'm over water. Okay, we're climbing again. So that's not good. So let's bring that back down a bit more. Should be able to hit the light side, I think. Now, hopefully this will come down steep enough. Ooh, it's not going to come down steep enough, is it? We're going to need a little bit more throttle. Bring us down through the atmosphere hard enough to make the sands area here. Okay, so kill the engine. We're going to time accelerate. Worst case scenario, we get all the science that we collected while we were out in space. Best case scenario, worst case scenario, we only get the science that was in the capsule here. Best case scenario, we get all the science that we collected. Although that said, I seriously doubt that's going to actually happen now. Because yeah, I forgot to collect the data and then clean the experiments, which is what I really should have been doing this entire time. So, dang. Totally missed out on a step there. So let's see what the crew report would say now. So it's still 4.5. Which is why I'm wanting those flame effects. Because the flame effects, because once we hit like the thicker part of the atmosphere, it should give us some more science for the crew report. Because of course something will actually be happening at that point. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. But I have to go outside. Crew report. Nope, still 4.5 signs. Alright, so we'll take it. Ugh. 18 degrees. Went up 6 degrees in what? 3 or 4 hours? Okay. So I think we'll save that for last, just in case something goes wrong here. And we'll also quick save at this point. Again, under the same basic principle. Okay, so our current impact biome is the desert, which is perfect. Okay. So we'll deploy the chute for drag. Actually, I really should kill off that other section, shouldn't I? It's got a lot of fuel and monopropellant and stuff like that, which I really would like to bring back, but I'm not going to get anything for it, one way or another. So we will turn the computer off. Fire up the engine to kind of help slow ourselves down a little bit faster. Cut the engine, separate. Because the thing is, I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. And worst case scenario, I can get Jeff out and have him collect a surface sample from the desert, which I haven't been able to collect yet. We'll get back. We will salvage those. Okay. So if we EVA him, check EVA report. All right. We will take all the data, store data. Get him off. Take another EVA report. Take a surface sample. And do I want to plant a flag, guys? Yeah, we'll plant a flag. Ugh. Oops. Keep forgetting about that record button there. That's right. We made it. Kinda. Alright. So the only advantage to getting him back inside the ship is that when we recover it, we don't have to recover two things. We just have to recover him. Recover!